welcome to my channel. This is Dawn with Picture Gaming, and this is the island of Blossom. As you can see, since my first episode, I have paid off my moving fees and gotten my house. This episode is going to be a race to 3 stars because I don't want to bore you to death with all of the grinding that you see with every new island that's out there. So where I'm at now in the game is I am searching for my villagers for my first 3 plots of land. I want to find them before I start placing their plots down. And for this island, treasure islands are definitely allowed, and I have gone and gotten quite a few Nook Mile tickets so I can search until I find who I really want. So without further ado, let's see who I ended up getting from my first 3 villagers. Alright, first off is my lazy villager. As you can see, I ended up with Sherb. And I would love to have had Stitches, but I know he is super rare and hard to find. But there is nothing wrong with Sherb. He's a really good substitute, and I'll be glad to have him on my island. For my normal villager, I found Molly, who is just irresistible, and I could not pass her up. I really wanted Meringue because I had a really neat idea for a bakery area in my island. So I may have to bring her in by amiibo later on in the game. And last, for my peppy villager, I really wanted either Cherie or Peanut, and I was lucky enough to find Cherie. So at least I did find one of the villagers I was looking for in my first villager hunts. So off we go to the races to get to 3 stars. Alright, so I ended up spending probably about 60 Nook Mile tickets to get the villagers that I got for my first 3 plots, but I was lucky enough to find quite a few good DIYs during my hunts, so at least I have a good start for items for my island. And with our first 3 villagers moved in, that means that resident services has been updated and Isabel has joined the staff on the island. So our next directive, of course, will be the campsite. So let's go see who our campsite villager is going to end up being. Okay, here we are. The campsite is built. Our first villager is here. Let's go see who it is. And it is Kid, and I am perfectly fine with this. There are so many smug villagers that are terrible, but he is definitely one that I can handle. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I really thought I was never gonna get Able Sisters on this island. It took forever to get her to show up in my plaza, but I finally have her, and I have both Able Sisters and Nook's Cranny set up over on the left-hand side of my island. One of the things that I did do for this island is I cut down all of my trees except for the 22 that are needed in order to get all of your items from your trees each day, which I believe is like 15 bell trees, 5 wasps, and 2 furniture items. So just having them all here together makes it a little bit easier for foraging for resources. Alright, one thing that I did go ahead and do is I skipped forward a month ahead so that I could go ahead and get Nook's Cranny fully upgraded. Because there is nothing more annoying than only being able to buy flimsy tools from Nook, so I felt like this was kind of a necessity, and I'm fine with it. Of course, the next thing on our agenda to getting to 3 stars is we gotta have more villagers on the island. So now it's time to buy another plot of land. Okay, for this hunt, I was looking for either a cranky or a snooty villager, and I was lucky enough to come across Tipper, who was actually on my list of ones that I would like to have. And I think it's kind of a neat little trivia piece that there are only 4 cows total in the game. But anyway, I'm happy to have Tipper on my island. I think she'll be a great addition. With Tipper on the island, that makes 7 villagers, and you need at least 8 to get to 3 stars. So we're going to go ahead and place our last plot of land And for this hunt, I'm hoping to find a cranky villager, and I really want Vladimir because he is pink. So let's go do our villager hunt and see who we get. After about 80 tickets of looking for Vladimir, I came across Sylvana, and she is just too cute to pass up. So I'm going to go ahead and invite her to my island, and then I'm pretty sure I have Vladimir's amiibo, so I'll just bring him to the island that way. And choosing Sylvana was definitely the right move. Look at her house. It is perfect for a cherry blossom seasoned island. Now that we have our 8 villagers on the island, it's time to talk to Isabel, and it looks like we only have a 2-star rating, so I'm going to need to do a little bit more landscaping on the island, probably plant a lot more flowers, and then we'll check back in with her later. Since I have quite a bit of work to do to get the island up to 3 stars, I decided to go ahead and invite Vladimir using his amiibo card. So let me get him invited 3 times, get his items, and get him moved in, and then we'll check with Isabel again. Alright, there we go. Vladimir is officially moved onto the island. He is an absolute cutie pie. I think he's going to become one of my favorite cranky villagers. Okay, I have planted more flowers on the island, so let's talk to Isabel. And it looks like we still have a 2-star rating, so she wants even more flowers. And I'm actually wondering if cutting down all of the trees has hurt a little bit. So I am going to go ahead and plant some more apple trees on the island too. So let me do some more grinding and we'll check back later. Okay, if I plant any more flowers on this island, there's not going to be anywhere to walk. So I hope this time we're finally going to get to 3 stars. So let me check. Image is 3 stars. Finally, I really thought I would never get here. It took me forever. So fast forward to the next day, and we finally have KK on the island. And I'm so happy because now that means I can get terraforming unlocked. I can actually start designing on the island. I love the KK concert. It's great. This is actually one of my favorite songs. Of course, next to Bubblegum KK. But here's just a few seconds and then we'll check in with Tom Nook at the end. Okay, there we go. We have officially had our first KK concert. It is now time to get my terraforming app unlocked from Tom Nook, and then I can start actually working on the island. And with that, that is going to be it for this video. I know this was a complete whirlwind episode, but I didn't want to make it really boring. I just wanted to give you the details of what's happened on the island, and I'm so happy you're here to share it with me. For my next episode, I'm really hoping to work on my entrance area, so if you don't want to miss out, please be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!